We're back. We're carrying on. We're into Community Corner, and I have Alexis Macdavid, Outreach Officer, Education at the National Museum Jamaica, a division of the Institute of Jamaica and the Ministry of Culture, Gender, Entertainment, and Sport. Hi, Alexis. How you doing?
Hi, Prof. I am here grateful to wake
Yes,
up another day.
yes,
Even
yes,
though it's cloudy, it doesn't matter. I'm just grateful. And
yes.
grateful to you, Prof, for allowing me to come on your show today.
Thank you. And I also want to greet our Kasike. Hi, how are you?
Greetings, Prof. Good to be here.
So your full, let me see your full title. Kasike Kalaan Nibonrix Kaiman. Say it for me. Say it for me. You come here stumble over it.
Kasike, Kalaan, Nibonrix, Kaiman.
Oh, Nibonrix. Okay, Kaiman. And tell me about the hummingbird. You say you're chief of the Jamaican hummingbird Taino tribe. Tell us about that group of you represent.
Okay, well, the Jamaican hummingbird tribe and the traditional name is Yukayeke, which is the term for tribe, Yamaye, Guani, Jamaican hummingbird, is really a collective of indigenous descendants of Jamaica's first people that we were a part of other First Nation movements and the Taino resurgence. We have elders in our community that have been a part of the resurgence in the diaspora since 1992. And what was happening is that a lot of poor people were joining with Taino groups from Borinquen, Puerto Rico, or Kasike, or Cuba. And it came time for us to really step up on our own and create our homegrown movement and resurgence for our people. Because as we continue to learn, we realize that there's a lot of things similar between all of us throughout the Caribbean, but there are certain things that are specific to each island and each group. For example, we use the word Koni for the Agouti, and our relatives in Suriname use the word Koni for Agouti, and we realize that we have a lot of similarities with them even today, because they have their spiritual practice, which is Obi, and Winti, which honors Native American or indigenous Amerindian spirits, as well as that mixture with the African spirits that came after slavery.
Okay, we'll come back to that in a while, but I just want to quickly bring in Alexis, because Alexis, you called me because you wanted to talk about Taina Day, and Taina Day was introduced by the Jamaica National Heritage Trust, and I know it has continued, but do you know if it is still an annual event on their calendar, Alexis?
Well, I actually contacted Prof. My sister agency, Jamaica National Heritage Trust, to find this out. And I got through to the Director of Communications, so I would like to thank her for the information. And it is still on their calendar, but unfortunately, due to changes in administration and other issues that have happened at the Jamaica Heritage Trust, it has not been celebrated. It was not commemorated last year and this year.
Okay.
I
Well,
have
we
been
can
given
understand
assurances.
last year because of COVID-19.
Right. So, but I've been given assurances that for 2022,
Yes.
we'll be coming back bigger, better than ever.
So, all right. But is it, Kasike, is it going to be marked this year?
Mark, we're doing a collaborative celebration with National Museum. Alexis, that's why we're here, to speak towards that. So we'll have a celebration and an activity on the 20th of this month.
Okay, why did you choose the 20th? I mean, most people would have expected like May 5 or May 10 or something.
Well, in all honesty, the timing for us from the angle of the indigenous communities, because it is closer to our New Year celebration.
Okay.
So our New Year celebrations normally take around the rainy season, which is the latter part of May.
Okay.
And we have knowledge and evidence of that recorded amongst our information and among our council of elders. So it moves it a little bit away from May 5th, because the reality is that in our community that was really celebrated as a day of mourning.
Mourning, yes. It's some people say it's the start of Taino genocide.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. Now, so Alexis, you are partnering. What will happen on May 20? Have you reached there yet? Have you
Yes,
organized and planned yet?
yes. So for May 20, we will be focusing on vocabulary because we know that everyone knows or should know that certain words like barbecue, hammock, manatee, all have, they're not English words. They have their origins in our indigenous language. And so we contacted Jamaica Hummingbird tribe. As you can hear, Kasike, he can, I mean, it's amazing to me when he speaks in Arawakian. It's such a beautiful language, and we want students to learn more.
Okay.
So this is what we're focusing on.
All right.
But this is just a little glimpse. We know, of course, we cannot do it in one day.
Right.
But
So, but where would it be an online thing? You'll go somewhere.
It will be virtual.
It will be virtual.
All of that information will be on National Museum Jamaica's social media pages,
Okay.
Facebook and Instagram.
All right. And if you send it to Tona, she will also put it up on Facebook or even in the chat now, so that people can anticipate this virtual event to mark Taino Day. But
thank you.
yes, so but thank you for that. But let me turn back to the Kasike. Now, you know that people are wondering what you're talking about, but those people dead long time, them all wipe out. You know, first, where were the Taino villages, the main ones?
The main one, well, all right, I can tell you about where the communities have settled today.
Yes.
And other than the Maroon communities, you have in St. Mary, St. Anne, you have Treasure Beach area and St. Elizabeth, and some to the west of the island around Trelawney and Lucy area. That's where major communities that have that retention, a lot of fishing villages, will have elders that are still making the traditional canoa.
Okay.
Right? And we're trying to do a lot more workshops to bring this information forward. When I was sharing with some others that there are people that still know how to make the Antillean Z fish pot, the traditional way that has been passed down, when the basket and the weaving and the hammock making, all of those things we still have here. I mean, we're aware of the bami making, but there's so much rich traditions that remained in these communities.
So when people say there are no Tainos left, what do you say to those people? You're just ignorant?
The reality is that the genocide took place not just for us here in Jamaica, overall throughout the Caribbean, and in two ways. And outside of, the physical genocide that was attempted, there was also the paper genocide where the records were written in such a way to insinuate that we were eradicated. And the reality is that the tribes and communities were dispersed. And what we say now as a part of our movement is that we are dispersed but not disconnected.
Right.
And why this whole movement is really to bring people together, utilizing the technology that is there, having activities like this with National Museum so that we can train our people, because a lot will come out of the woodwork once they realize that the time is now. To be proud of who we are and to take our place in helping others to understand the rich heritage and history of this island.
Okay, well, thank you. But let me give Alexis a final word. So, what do you think should happen to preserve this history then? The museum is doing the museum division, but what about Taino musea around the country? I mean...
Well, that's one of the things we are trying to correct at National Museum Jamaica. I don't know if people know, but there was a museum dedicated to the Tainos in Spanish Town in White Marl. But that unfortunately got closed down many years ago. And we have a permanent exhibition down at E Street, but it is too small.
Hold on. So what happened to the artifacts that used to be out there?
So they're all now at E Street, at the Institute of Jamaica, in a permanent exhibition. But it is, to us, it needs to be expanded. The space it's just not enough space to really.
So why can't we fix back up the museum out there? Because that is a big Taino site.
Yes. Prof, that is
not okay.
That are above my pay grade.
That's above your pay grade. All right, we will go to the top for that in the future.
But I want to say, Prof, that I have been seeing though that working with our teachers, our history teachers, National Museum Jamaica is also trying to push, the narrative that the Kasike had mentioned.
Yes. Correct. The written genocide according to him. I like that. Writing them out of history. Yes.
Writing them out of history because
Yes.
I was taught that in school that nobody there anymore.
I've
And it was
still
like,
I've seen that. I've still seen that in official documents, but that's for
so
another
we're
time.
so we're National Museum Jamaica, National Museum West,
Yes.
who is also partnering with us for this day on May 20. We are doing everything we can, Prof. And
All
of
right.
course, all of our partners.
Okay. Well, thank you both so much. Chair of the National Heritage Trust, and I'm happy to know that they kept it going. So good on everyone who is trying to preserve this history. Thank you both. We'll speak
you,
again.
Prince.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
man. Thanks so much.
All right. So that was Alexis Macdavid, Outreach Officer, Education, National Museum Jamaica, a division of the Institute of Jamaica, and the Ministry of Culture, Gender, Entertainment, and Sport, and of course our Kasike, Kalaan, Nibonrix, Kaiman, Chief of the Hummingbird, Jamaican Hummingbird Taino tribe.